Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Making you work on a Saturday?
No, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry.
I don't. You won't remember us. Obviously, we consulted with you about 3 years back when my daughter was in Bethany 10th standard,
Okay.
and she would have liked to be here, but she's in Flame doing. She has a class. You told us about liberal education and what she should do, and that's why she went to Flame. And with your tips, she got a full scholarship. So she's there, happy now. But a lot of choice. Sometimes you know how it works. You get confused. She wanted to go for psych, so I thought I'll ask you a few questions about that.
Sure.
Um, she got light psych. Then some of the lectures were a little this thing boring, whatever. But she's also now. See, I'll give you a little background. I'm a single mom, so she has seen the financial aspects are important, so she's going to think about HR, thinking there's more money there, stuff like that. But I remember from her this thing report, the CD that we did with you, career discovery, hers was OAS, and you had said that psych related careers are 88 to 93% and bio related was 85 to 90. So HR will come under psych related, isn't it? But
Yes.
I thought I'll ask you a few questions regarding what is the scope of industrial or organization in psych in India,
hmm
and what about HR scope? What is the difference?
Okay. So, I mean, the scope for both is good. In terms of numbers, HR, of course, is higher.
Remuneration, I mean.
There are
Yeah,
more companies out there who are looking for HR people than clinics out there that are looking for psychologists or companies looking for psychologists. So, either ways, you need to be good at what you do.
correct.
Right? And if it's HR, then to be honest, it's a simpler to get into the corporate world is a simpler journey, only because everyone is trying to do it, and there are so many companies trying to recruit, and there is a reasonably straightforward path of doing well, doing some internships, doing some work in the corporate world, and building your network, and then getting a job. Whereas in psychology, it's largely built on how do you gain knowledge, how do you gain exposure, how do you position yourself. When you start off, you work with a psychologist as a trainee or junior psychologist or counselor or therapist or whatever.
Which would be after your masters, not after BA.
Well, you could do either. You
Oh,
ideally you will need masters.
uh, yeah.
You will need masters, but along with masters also you can work.
Oh, is it?
I mean,
Okay.
you can do part-time work along. See, it all depends on how driven you are,
Correct.
right? If you're driven, you people start working after 12th, you can start working after undergrad. People don't work after masters also. So it depends on how driven you are towards work,
Very true.
right? So if she has done her master undergrad now or is about to finish her undergrad, then it's worthwhile for her to, I don't know how much work has she done alongside. Has she,
No, she just started her first year at Flame, so she has to declare her major minor right now at the end of this year. So
okay.
I thought I should ask you. She's done an internship with an NGO which
Huh.
works with people with disabilities. And now, as you know, they have this summer internship and all that she'll do. Otherwise, she hasn't worked. She's just turning 19 in Feb.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So my guess is ask her to explore both the things, right? Try and get some internships in companies in HR
okay.
and try and get some psychologists that she can work with as an understudy, as a trainee, as an intern, whatever. In both
Mhm.
cases, at least at this stage, put herself out there and say, I don't need the money, just I need the experience.
Experience.
You
Okay.
know, a lot of times kids can be fussed about that company pays me 8,000, this company is
Correct.
paying me 12,000.
Correct.
And naturally, at that age, when you're 19, 20, that money is exciting.
Right.
But at the same time, the important thing is for her to do two things. One is gain exposure, learn about these things, and second is to build her network.
Build her network.
Right. So if she goes and interns at whatever, pick a company name,
Mm.
then she will meet 10 people in that company. She will, speak to them, add them to her LinkedIn. She will, through them, meet more people. So she has to be a mover and shaker who While the world today has a lot more opportunities, the world today also has a lot more competition.
Competition, exactly. HR is a field where there are too many people getting in, I've been told. So that's why we were confused that, there are too many people, the work is a little boring, there is no job security. Marketing would be everywhere. I feel there is competition and stuff. She's thinking about marketing as well. Again, I think marketing is again because of, thinking about less people maybe competing there, but marketing is a lot of creativity.
Well, marketing is trying to sell something
So
from the
with
back.
her, yes.
Sorry?
From her career discovery, where her strong suits are OAS, would marketing fit into that?
It can fit in. It can fit in. See, career discovery and the career recommendations are directional,
Correct.
right? It depends on how she has shaped herself, what experiences have shaped her till now, what is she thinking about right now. Those are things which will also play a role, right? So
Correct.
now that she's in college, the most important element is what is she excited about, right? All these fields are related to psychology. So
All
HR,
of them.
psychology, marketing, they're all related to how a human mind makes choices, makes decisions, goes right and wrong. So the important thing is what is she excited about? And
Correct.
if money is what she's excited about, then that's great too. It's a great motivator,
It
right?
is.
There's nothing wrong in that.
But you should enjoy what you do. Money can't be the only motivator, right? Then you won't be very good at what you're doing if it's just the money.
True. I agree. You have to enjoy what you're doing, and hence money has to be an outcome of what you enjoy doing.
Yeah, I teach yoga for a living, so work-life balance is important. And I feel if you're good, if you enjoy what you're doing, you'll be good at it, and then the money will follow. The roads will open up.
Right.
Psych doesn't have that much competition, isn't it?
Well, psych has less competition, but at least in India,
It's
less
opportunities.
demand also, right? So psych is a long-term. It's a long-term journey. In 10 years, she can create a good name for herself and start charging 5,000, 10,000 per consultation. But it takes time to build your reputation. Right? It takes time to see enough people and help them, and they go and talk about you, and you build your credibility and all. That's all that will take time. But yes, she can do it. So in all these fields, she can do really well. The other question is, will she continue in India or will she go abroad?
Yeah, she wants to do her masters abroad, but it obviously depends upon how much scholarship as well. But she wants to do it there. But then she was looking at that to work, you have to work under a PhD, or who after an MA you need to do. She's ready to do a PhD along with working and stuff. But industrial or organizational, does India have, or even abroad, do they hire corporates hire, or it's always HR? Excuse me.
Do they hire what?
Do they hire a lot of organizational psychologists, or they just clump them with HR?
See, organizational psychologists are not the common run-of-the-mill hire. So again, if you're really good at what you do, you will find opportunities. You can work for a company. You can become a consultant to multiple companies. You can
In
do
India?
in India as well, yeah. In India as
Okay.
well. But HR, the most common and easy way for most people to make a decent living is the corporate world.
Exactly what she's saying. Yeah. So that's why she was thinking of marketing or HR, I think.
And that's not wrong. That's they're related to psychology, so it's not like she'll be completely fish out of water. She'll be fine. Um, See, she's just entering her undergrad, right? She's just starting off. So
First year finishing
yeah,
on.
yeah. So pick the majors and the courses in the next 3-4 years in such a way that she gets exposed to both, and more importantly, do work, internships, and part-time work, and trainings in such a way that she gets exposure to both. So then she can decide which one she likes more. Because unless you work, you have no idea.
But when they are studying, the only time is summer where they can work a bit, right?
Well, summer
Or
is the
some
only,
online also.
yeah, there is online work. Summer is the only formal time.
Correct. Where you're physically there.
Informally, if she wants, she can work. If she wants to put in 2 hours a day, 6 hours on the weekend, people will hire her.
Where do we go to look for such opportunities?
First of all, does she have a LinkedIn?
No, she should make one, right?
You should make one right away. Put everything on LinkedIn. Send me a LinkedIn link. Make a resume. Send me a resume, and then let's see what she can do. Through LinkedIn, you can apply. Go on the job section. You can apply to many companies, many options. And then there are, of course, the Indeed.com and Naukri.com, and there's tons of them. There is Internshala, there is Let's Intern, there is Hello Intern, there is all these companies that provide internships. You can also, she has to start applying for summer internship also now.
That is a part of Flame where she has to do 150 hours, where but it's with NGOs. So they'll be coming, and that's a part of their curriculum. So 6 weeks will go, and that may be the remaining part she could try for applying for summer internship.
So whatever Flame requires as a part of the undergrad, she should do. But
Yeah.
beyond that, she should not limit herself to that.
And it's only not career related. It's more about, the NGO part where they have to do the mandated volunteering.
Right. And finally, her exposure should not and cannot be only in NGOs.
Exactly. So that is a part of what she has to do, but this should be where she goes to do what is required for her
Correct.
way of studying her field.
Correct.
Would you suggest marketing, or because she can't focus on 3 at Flame, she has to have a major and a minor. So HR and marketing, is HR job boring and more back end, and marketing
It is
more?
back. At junior levels, HR is back end. But as you become more senior, you could become quite visible, and it could become high pressure and high impact and all that.
Mm.
It all depends on how much do you grow, how well do you grow, where do you get to. You can do really, really well. But yeah, at junior levels, it's largely back end. But
And marketing?
Sorry?
Marketing also similar?
See, marketing is largely back end only. Marketing is not customer facing. Right? Sales is customer facing.
Yes.
Sales is
But
selling,
not
marketing
boring,
is the strategy and the brand.
So that's what I mean. It's not as monotonous as HR. It's a little more, marketing would be strategizing and a little better.
In the very clinical definition, yes, it is not as monotonous as HR, but it all depends on what excites her.
Exactly. Got it.
You get into recruitment. Recruitment can be very exciting.
Okay.
Right? So it all depends on what excites her. So she has to, that's why, experience both. But excitement and money will be more in marketing.
Mm.
HR will be less. And marketing is also more in demand, to be honest. See, in the corporate world, if you want to be more indispensable, then, as I say, work in areas that follow the money.
Mm.
Right? Either bring in the client or manage the client.
Mm.
The further away you go from that lifeline of money, the more dispensable you become.
Correct.
Right? So if you are a salesperson who's bringing in client, a marketing person who's creating the strategy, doing the branding, then you are more important. If you're an operations person, technical person who's building the product, who's managing the client, you're indispensable. The more you go on the periphery, you're doing MIS, you're doing HR, you're doing mergers and acquisitions. The more you go on the sidelines,
the more dispensable you are. That is why job security is better in marketing.
Yeah.
These are the broad things I wanted. And if you have a few more minutes, it is mainly she is excited about psych from what I hear. She's only following the money, which you're saying is not bad. But I was thinking that if she does psych and she goes and does her master's, works there for a bit, and she's ready to do her PhD, some amount of money will follow, right? It's not like it's a career where you don't make money at all.
No. Some money will follow. Absolutely, it will follow. You will make money.
The remuneration that a corporate gives, but can she do a major in psych and then a minor in marketing, then do her MBA? She'd be able to do her MBA in HR, marketing, anything, or only what her minor is?
No. She can do an MBA in anything.
After a major in psych. But if she does a major in HR, she can't do a master's in psych then, right?
See, for masters and MBA are two different things.
I know, but I'm asking if
MBA,
you keep it different.
So MBA you can do after anything. She can study history and do an MBA.
Correct.
Masters in anything needs an undergrad in the same thing.
Correct. So what I was thinking was, if she's not very clear, she can do a master's in psych, minor in marketing or HR, what she decides, and then take a call after her master's, after her undergrad, what she wants to do, either an MA or an MBA.
You're saying undergrad in psych.
Major psych, minor could be HR or marketing, and then she has everything open for her, right? Depending, she has 4 more years to see what she likes, what she
Yes,
doesn't
yes,
like.
you can do that. The only thing I would recommend is alongside, and I'll keep repeating this, but alongside, do a lot of work experience.
And what about certifications that you get online? People do that from, say, Harvard or Yale or things like that.
It's okay to do it, okay not to do it. Nothing like work experience. Companies want people who'll get work done,
Okay.
and not people who can sit in a classroom and write an exam.
Correct.
So you can study whatever you study, that's fine. But companies, when finally they come and look at a batch of 100, 200, 500, and they say, okay, all of you studied psychology, because you have done 20 internships, because you've worked in 5 different companies, because you've got great recommendations on your LinkedIn by your past employers, you stand out.
Correct. Exactly. Because there'll be so many studying the similar thing, right?
Yeah. So it's good to do those online courses, but they're not comparable to real work.
Correct.
So any kind of work she can do. So there will be companies which will say, okay, do a little bit of work, but keep doing for the next 4 years with us.
Okay. So that she
It's
can
a
do.
cheap resource.
That's a very good thing. Yeah. For them, it's a good thing, and for her as well.
They pay her
Works.
2,000 rupees a month. It's fine. Just keep doing it. Add that to your CV.
So you suggest doing the work, getting workshop, trainee or internship in psych as well as HR or marketing or whatever she wants.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And it's very possible that one of those 5 companies will hire her.
Absorb her. Yeah. One last thing I wanted to ask you about neuropsychology. Can you do that if you've done arts, or do you need to be doing science with that?
Neuro will require science. If she was in...
If so, in a place like Flame, if she's taken 11th, 12th with arts, but if she takes up bio or something, do they make it a science degree? What it requires, would I have to ask them, or how does that?
See, you should ask them, but if you've not done it in 11th and 12th, then to bring bio at college level is going to be very difficult.
Very difficult. He has done an ICSE, so maybe that would help a little, no?
Bio is bio.
Correct.
Unless you've done bio, you haven't done bio.
So neuropsychology is out if you've done arts. So I should ask them about it, whether she can do it.
College about it. And if she can do it, it's fine. Sorry?
Neuropsychology has good scope.
See, neuropsychology also has decent scope, but because she is not originally a bio student, my worry would be she should look at the content and see if she can do it well.
Correct.
The idea is not just to do it.
Exactly.
And then
You
you
have
spend
to look at it.
12 hours a day just trying to cope.
Correct.
Right? That shouldn't happen.
That's true. Is there a lot of pay disparity between someone who has done a BSc Psych and a BA Psych? I remember speaking to you earlier and you had said that BSc she can do if she wants to do research.
Right.
But BA Psych is equally, Masters is the same content for both.
It's fine. In India, they don't really care as much. This is more for abroad, where it is a STEM degree versus a non-STEM degree, and your work visa impacts accordingly. In India, it's not so critical.
But to study abroad, it wouldn't make much of a difference. Excuse me.
A BSc will help.
For her masters.
For her masters, if she wants to go the STEM route and go into neuro or something like that.
Otherwise not.
Otherwise not.
Okay. So that was a little good thing to get with you, so we know what is happening. So I think, like you said, to sum it up, she should do a major in psych, minor in HR or marketing, whichever she prefers a bit more. Take courses. Create a LinkedIn, a resume, send it to you. Look for work experience, and then take a call as to which one she wants. But this combination would keep her open to everything.
Yes. But work.
Work. And be good at what you're doing.
Yes.